To all you Scorpios, welcome for your monthly horoscope for Scorpio for April 2016. And let's get started with the new moon. No, sorry, the full moon. So there is a full moon in your sign. A full moon is once every year. And now it's happening in April. There is the full moon, so the moon will be in your sign of Scorpio on the 22nd. And the sun will be in Taurus in the 7th house of relationships. So there is something that comes to your consciousness when it comes to relationship. There is something that you will find out that some needs that you may have neglected in a relationship are coming to the surface. Whether that is good or not, it's your needs are being seen here, definitely, because either you express them or because of circumstances. So there is something in relationships that comes to fruition, you could say. And relationships are very emphasized in April because there's also a Mercury Retrograde in your opposite sign. I'll start with that. So the retrograde is only on the 29th of the month, so that's at the very end of the month. So I'll talk about that as well in May. But Mercury, so the planet of communication, the planet of the way that you think, is going in your opposite sign of other people, of significant, of your loved one, clients, business partners. So people who are significant in your life, maybe a mentor even. And that Mercury goes, which is very nice, Mercury in Taurus goes hand in hand next to each other in a conjunction with Vesta. So Vesta is a little asteroid that is all about purity, that is all about devotion and focus. So you're going to be devoted towards your relationships, or one relationship. Devoted, focused, and you want things to be pure, you want things to be real. That seems to be what is going to happen, especially during the month of April. But Mercury also, at the very end, goes retrograde. So it means that you are going to change your communications. Not now, in April, but around the beginning of June, there is like this new this way of communicating with the one that is very important for you. There is a change in there. You have listened, or you're going to listen to what they're saying, and you're going to, like the good old Scorpio, you're going to reflect and you're going to think. Maybe you're not going to react immediately, but you're going to think, what they say, that might be, is it real? Is it not real? So you're going to be very devoted towards listening and towards trying to get and understand the person that you're close to when you are in a relationship. If you're not in a relationship, it could be someone you work with, a colleague, or it could be a significant, it could be a client even, where you work very close towards, and they're one-to-one, or a business relationship. So there are some shifts there. Now, the Mercury retrograde in itself is not a bad one, because it's not aspecting like Uranus or Pluto, where it's not doing that. On the contrary, it's aspecting in 2 trines with Jupiter in Virgo and with Pluto in Capricorn. So 2 trines means nice energy, grounded energy, very grounded energy. So there's something about a connection that is becoming more deep. That's with the Mercury retrograde. Or that you are saying, is this fair? Is this true? Is this pure? Is this the way that we should communicate in the future? So you're questioning all of that. And that's basically not a bad thing. But the reality can be a bit tricky, you know, and that is what is going to be shown here with Mercury in Taurus. You're going to see the reality of that. And but a much better understanding after this retrograde of someone that you are close to, a much better understanding. And also possible that someone turns back into your life with Mercury retrograde, and but someone you like, because you know it's trining all these other outer planets, so it can be significant as well. So better understanding of other people, so you understand yourself better as well. That's a nice thing to start with. The other one is Mars, your ruler, your ancient ruler. Mars is doing a lot in Sagittarius, in your second house. And what is going on there? So Mars is in Sagittarius, in your second house, the whole month. Mars is your drive, what you want to do. It's your desire. It's what you want. And it's in Sagittarius. So we are all, when Mars is in Sagittarius, it means we are driven by our ideals. So someone who has that in a natal chart is someone who is driven by their ideals. Can give people who are very philanthropic and so on. But so having that in your second house is like a Mars retrograde, and a Mars that is about to aspect a fixed star Antares at 9 degrees of Sagittarius. This is a huge focus on your second house. This is a huge focus on a change that is about to come in that second house during August, September time. Why not immediately in April? Because there is the retrograde going on. And when it will go direct in that sign of Sagittarius, it will be August. So there is this preparing time. So we are all standing still with Mars going retrograde. We are all being asked towards thinking twice before we do things. I think Scorpio is good with that. You know, you're not, normally Scorpio is not impulsive at all. It's very strategic, and this Mars that is going forwards, and on the 18th it's stopping and going backwards. As I said, it's on Antares, and that fixed star. What is that all about? Well, it's actually a fixed star. Antares is all about strategic ability. It's all about courage at its best. At its worst, you could say it's a fixed star that is about endings. It's a fixed star that is about conflict, war, and so on. Because there's a lot of this fixed star. You can see that a lot in military personnel and so on. But it conveys mental alertness, and this is interesting because you Scorpios normally mentally, you know what's going on. You've got eyes like this everywhere. You've got more eyes than two. But what I want to say is that we are all on a level, or it's a good time to be very strategic with our actions, to think twice before we act, to revisit our intentions, because Mars also squares up to Neptune, and that is an indicator of watch out there if you want to be too selfish, manipulative, and all of that, because it's going to backfire with Saturn there. Saturn is saying, hey. And especially in Sagittarius, it wants purity, integrity, good intention, divine intention that is aligned with God. And if you don't believe in God, then with your higher self. So the purest of you. This is how Mars in Sagittarius, going backwards, very close to Antares, is all about. It's about standing still with the integrity of our actions. And the more they are aligned with the divine, the more they are with the square to Neptune, the more they are for the collective as well. And I'm not saying this to say you need to be a doormat, you need to sacrifice yourself. No, but the more it is aligned with everything that is around you, the better you will benefit from that gift around August, September time, when Mars goes direct in your second house. So what is your second house? It is your money, it is your resources, it is your... but it's also your self-worth. So there is like this totally redoing of things in general to gain more self-worth, to be stronger, to be a stronger version of you. And this is what Scorpios like. They want to be strong, and they are. But they want to face the things that are just, about to change, change patterns that are not really healthy when it comes to that second house, which again is your self-worth, talents, and money. So if you say, oh, my financial situation is absolutely, it's not good, this shows that whilst you do the effort in the way that I just explained, with being strategic, with being smart, with being wise, with being realistic as well, with Saturn there in the second house, you know, economical, real, you can adjust and improve your financial situation, but not before, really before August and September time. So you can do things to improve your financial situation by maybe working not harder but smarter, working you know, it's the combination of streetwise and being very logical wise, that combination there with Saturn and Neptune. So I think a lot of you Scorpios are just redoing their sense of self-worth. For a lot it will have to do with money. So maybe they're going to change a job to get more money, or they're going to change a job not to get more money, but to feel more valued. That is a strange thing, or that may sound strange, but it is possible. You know, you can change a job where you are going to earn less, but when you are going to feel more valued. That could be the case with Mars retrograde. Mars in the, you know, wanting to the integrity. So yeah, and certainly I don't want to stimulate people, oh yes, earning less is better. Of course not. I mean, we live on planet Earth, and the second house is the house of the Taurian, which is about money and stability and all of that. But it's a lot, if you want to do things now that are way more about about the integrity of yourself, and this is a good time for you Scorpios to think about that, to plan, to maybe do something that is not only for yourself but for the collective. So okay, having said that, that's the most important thing. I wish you all the best with all those fixed stars and all those asteroids and whatever. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.